Yo, coolest. Yo, look, I done hooked up with C4 Productions. Look, check me out, I'm on my grind, don't waste my time, I get this cash. Motivated by myself, can't give two fucks about your ass. Dipping slow and riding low, two things that this white boy know. Passing youngins knowledge down like that boy from a railroad. I fell off, shook back, boys tried to play me but they got jacked. I'm like fuck it when I get in all black. Got a man snowball cap, who would've thought my life would come to that? Me, motherfucker. I do my thing. I do my thing. I do my thing. I do it.
Hey everybody, what's up? Guess who? It's your man June. Welcome to June's Saturday Night House Party. So good to be here. Always good to be here. Is it good to be seen by me? I sure hope so. But the first thing I need to tell you to do, make sure you hit like, make sure you subscribe so that you always know what's on and popping here at June's Saturday Night House Party, baby. In the sports department, you know we got to talk about those Tigers battling Michigan State, and I'll be letting you know if the Tigers will be moving on to the Ep8. And for the Saturday night shout out, I'll be giving it to somebody that we all know and respect. You just have to stick around and see who it is. And of course, just like every Saturday night, there are 3 things going on in the world that I want to give my 2 cents on. So make sure you grab your favorite chair, grab your favorite beverage, stick around, and we're about to get ready to rock and roll. Unfortunately, the Tigers went down against Michigan State in the Sweet 16. Now, big up to the Tigers anyway. Nobody expected them to go this far, but they showed heart and they prevailed, but they just came up a little short. Man, I give the Tigers credit for such an exciting season. Man, the Tigers, they'd be winning and they'd be kicking butt. And in the end, when you think you get mad at them, they'd always pull it out in the end. Unfortunately, this time, they came up a little short. But big up to the Tigers on a great season, and I, for one, am definitely looking forward to next season. Go Tigers! Now, in lieu to the missed/blown pass interference call in the NFC Championship game last year, the NFL has changed the rule making pass interference now reviewable. Yeah, that does us a lot of good now. Screw off, Goodell! So for the Saturday night shout out tonight, I'm going to give it to Coach K, who is the coach of the Duke basketball team. Because for those of you who watched the game last Saturday, they won a thriller against UCF, who is coached by former Duke assistant coach Johnny Dawkins, and his son plays on the team, Johnny Dawkins Jr. And I give Coach K the Saturday night shout out because he put his celebration and his own happiness aside to console Johnny Dawkins after the loss and knowing how upset and brokenhearted he and his team was. And I just think that's great sportsmanship, and that's a tribute to Coach K as a person. And I just respect that, and for that, Coach K, tonight I give you the clap. Now, the first thing I want to talk about, a Florida couple has been arrested for setting up a drive-thru at their house to buy drugs. Now, before we judge them and talk about how stupid this is, let me give them credit for their entrepreneurial spirit and their wonderful customer service. But the problem with that is that when people buy drugs, a lot of times they want to come through and they want to pay you with anything except for money. So, could you imagine how one of those transactions would go? Welcome to McDonald's. How can I help you? I need 3 grams of crack. 3 grams of crack coming right up. That'll be $75. I got your payment in the back. Oh, I'm sorry, sir. We don't accept VCRs as form of payment. Man, you better go sell some soda cans and come back with some money. Ain't got no time for all that. Now, this story gives a whole new meaning to the term, please drive around and pick up your subscriptions. Now, the next thing I want to talk about, Florida has recently passed a law allowing teachers to carry handguns on campus in lieu of all the recent school shootings. Now, isn't it dumb that we're willing to give teachers guns before we give them raises? It's like, I feel like if we give teachers guns before we give them raises, Like, they're going to be using the guns on the students and robbing the students. Like, the students are going to be telling their parents, I got to have my homework tomorrow, or Miss Johnson, she going to pop a cap in my ass. That bitch is strapped, son. Like, and here's the thing, 70% of the teachers are women. And now what are they going to do with a handgun if somebody comes and starts shooting up the school with an AK-47? Like, that's the dumbest thing in the world. Now, at the Parkland shooting, like, even the trained cop, he waited until backup came before he went in that building and started to do something. He actually waited for backup. So what's the teacher gonna do? She gonna wait for the cafeteria lady to come help her out? Like, that's dumb, man. I just feel like teachers have enough to worry about with, teaching students how to do reading and calculus. Like, they shouldn't have to play Rambo too. Now, the third and final thing that I want to talk about, Papa John's has hired Shaq to be their spokesperson. Now, for those of you who remember, over the summer, the Papa John's CEO, John Schnatter, got in trouble for using the N-word. So, obviously, I see what they're trying to do here. They figure to get back their black customer demographic that they'd hire a black figurehead. And I get that. Now, I don't blame Shaq for taking this gig because this is what just Shaq does. Shaq's about his money. I'm sure that Shaq has made more money in commercials and advertising and marketing than he has actually even playing basketball. But to me, I think it's insincere because all they're really saying is, see, we're not racist. We are willing to make this black person that's rich even richer. So I think it's insincere. I feel like if you really want to endear yourself to the black community, you take the money that you were giving Shaq and put it back into the black communities. And another reason why I think they chose Shaq to be their representative, because have you seen Shaq lately? Shaq looks like he actually eats that pizza. And that concludes another episode of June Saturday Night House Party, friends and fam. Thank you guys so much for joining. But I'm going to tell you again, make sure you hit like, make sure you subscribe so that you can always know what's going on at June Saturday Night House Party. Because you know we keep it on and popping around these parts, big baby. But as I do every Saturday night, if you're sipping on the juice and you're feeling kind of fine, have no fear, I got you taken care of. Don't get behind the wheel because we don't want you to get in a wreck and hurt yourself. We don't want you to go to jail. So, C4, you got the borrowed train of love parked out back? Take him home, son.
Like a fool, I tell him this is me, this what the fuck I do. He ain't never been the one to follow, that's what I choose. Worry about me, I ain't worried about you. I pray for better every day to my mama, she who I look up to. I do